Okay, Joey, finally, we made it. We are here now after a long time that we've been following each other. Let me start talking about how I found you.
Yeah.
Through my friends who are alopecia people. I found your page and I loved how natural your content are. And I got more interested to know about you. Then I thought that, okay, you as someone who went through this journey, it's good to have you here to share more information regarding people who wants to get the permanent makeup service, and they want to know more about my services, and also my followers who are alopecia survivors, and they want to know about more about this journey as well. Happy to have you here, and please let me know how did you find my page and how um, my content has changed your mind to be here today and having this time together.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Like you said, some people in my community were following your page, and I loved that you were based in Toronto, and it was just so incredible seeing some of the befores and afters, how natural it was to see the smile on some of your clients afterwards. And I loved that you had experience working with people who had experienced hair loss, whether it was from cancer or from alopecia, and that let me feel confident to know that this is someone who really knows what they're doing. So it's so nice to be here.
So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's start with this topic. That can you share a bit about your journey with alopecia and how it has impacted your relationship with hair and brows?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with alopecia as a child when I was about 13 months, actually.
13 months.
My mom said she came into my room and she saw there was like chunks of hair like in the crib, and she was really confused and alarmed because I was born with really, really big curly hair. So they brought me to Sick Kids, and eventually I was diagnosed with it just after 1 year old. At that time, it was alopecia areata. So usually that's more so where people lose like hair on the scalp. But as I got older, this happens to a lot of people with alopecia, it can progress. So then later on, people can go from just losing their scalp to also losing their brows and their lashes. And so when I was closer to university age, that's when some of my eyebrow hairs started to fall out. And that's when I started to research what are some alternative options. I played around a little bit with makeup. So for example, there's a product, the Anastasia Beverly Hills, like they had a lot of products for the dip brow and stuff, and it was good. But the problem is, if you sweat, if you sleep, if you're doing anything in the heat, it can actually start to rub off, right?
Yeah.
And so that's when I started to explore what are some more permanent options. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm so happy that you had the experience of permanent makeup. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions which are related to this as well. What helped you to feel confident?
Yeah, it's a number of things. I would say like physically and also emotionally. I would say physically, finding people who were experts who could help me with hair loss beauty. So for example, finding wig experts who could help me style wigs to make it look more natural. That was a really big thing, just doing some lessons with hairdressers and watching YouTube tutorials. Doing YouTube tutorials also for makeup really taught me how to do both the eyebrows and the eyelashes more natural, how to apply them. And then I would say lastly, kind of speed to the permanent makeup. Finding someone who could really help me with my brows was really helpful. I first got them microbladed in 2017.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's been like over 5 years now. But that's
It's been 7 years.
Yeah, I know it's years exactly, which is crazy. But like, even when I see some of the photos before 2017, even on Facebook, my older photos compared to now, it's crazy how much having the correct brows has completely like transformed and shaped my face, because really it like shapes your eyes, shapes your whole face. And so just having that done has been a real confidence booster for me. Yeah.
Awesome. What beauty tips you have for people with hair loss?
I would say take some time to research and really find products that work well for your skin tone, your skin type, and your face shape. Similarly, take some time to research anything regarding hairstyles, because it's really important to get, again, the correct color that's going to really suit both your skin tone and similarly in terms of your styles, your hair shape. And then lastly, I would say again, really lean into speaking to those experts who can really help you, guide you through that process. Also, another great way to kind of get that information is, of course, through social media, finding either people in the hair loss community like myself who post about these things, or finding people who support the services like you, who are experts in brows, etc. So those are my top tips there.
Why did you choose to do permanent makeup?
I chose permanent makeup because I wanted to be able to wake up and just have my eyebrows on me. When I was doing the makeup, it was good, but it often would sweat out. And it was also just very time consuming to have to draw my brows every day. Also, it wouldn't always match up or be consistent. So maybe this one would be a lot more arched or a lot more droopy. And it just gave me a lot more confidence to be able to wake up and know the brows look natural, they're not going to sweat off, and they just look good.
Awesome. Amazing. And Joy, I'm talking with lots of people, and many people, as long as I'm doing brows, I think that all the people know how to do brows. But when the people are coming to me and they're like, we don't know anything about even makeup, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know even about, let's say, putting a foundation on, which I totally understand that. And that's why we are here to help them. You draw the best shape for them and make their routines easier.
Awesome. Yeah, education is so powerful.
Yes.
Tell us more about yourself. How did you get into permanent makeup, and why did you get into helping people with hair loss?
Permanent makeup, definitely in my background was just art. I started painting since I was 3, and I was always in different kind of arts. And also when I grew up, I was working as a full-time job in a construction company as a civil engineer. And then I found that let's combine my career with my passion. Combination of these two brings much more happiness to my life. So that's why I have both of them together every day in my life, and also dealing with people who needs this service. It brings more joy and satisfaction to myself as well. So first I got one alopecia survivor. It was a guy in downtown Toronto. I started working with him. Then I found that I love to work on these people because I know that how permanent makeup can ease up their life. So that's why I was always into helping people. I was working with sick kids, and then gradually I expanded my business to working with the breast cancer survivors and alopecia people. And from the feedbacks that I'm getting from them, I found that, okay, now I certainly believe that I'm on a right way. So that's why I'm here now.
That's such a beautiful journey. It's so cool when you can do both your passion and your skills for a good cause.
Oh yeah, I love that. I can't see myself to do anything else.
So what's the pain level for doing microblading?
In general, pain level depends on the pain tolerance of each person. Definitely it's different from me to you, right? But in total, while I'm doing permanent makeup, the concept is I'm opening up the skin, gradually just scratching the skin first, and then after that, right after scratching the skin, I'm gonna apply the secondary numbing gel, and the clients are gonna be total. And the first pass, out of 10, somewhere in between 4 6, again depends on the pain tolerance of the clients, but they shouldn't be worried because we always have our secondary numbing gel, which they're getting numb in a minute, and then I can do my work easy from them.
A lot of people want to know what their options are if they don't like their brows, if they want to either modify them or get them removed.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. That's a question that lots of people are worried about that because they don't know what are the products and what are the safe products that I'm using during doing the permanent makeup procedures. The inks that we use, it doesn't have iron oxide and heavy metal. So that's why after a while, either they're getting faded or I'm able to remove that with 2 sessions of the laser tattoo removal. As long as our products are clean products, I'm able to remove all the ink from the client's brows in 1 to 2 sessions of the laser tattoo removal.
Oh, wow, just 1 to 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Session.
How do you decide on the best permanent makeup artist?
There are lots of before and afters that clients can take a look and they can compare. Always, while I have clients, I posted lots of stories about the information about the clients, which service I'm offering to them, why I am offering this service to this kind of skin, and also I always post the after pictures. And the most important part to me is while I'm having my clients for the touch-up session, I always post the stories of the healed result, and also I have all of them as one of the highlights of my Instagram page. People can go there and they can take a look at the before and afters, they can take a look at the healed result, and they can see how the brows are healing proper on a face, and they can see that how close is the pigments that I choose with the natural brows of the clients, and how beautiful the shape of the eyebrow is, and then so that they can decide.
Once you're done, what's the maintenance for the microblading?
Okay, that's a very good question, Joy, because as an PMU master, I always share my knowledge with my clients, because when the clients are coming to get permanent makeup service, they think that they should have this service for a couple of years, which is wrong, because nowadays the pigments that I use, they don't have heavy metal, so it means that they won't last for, let's say, 10 years on the client's face, right? So I always educate my clients that this is the pigments that I'm using. These are the benefits of the pigments that I'm using. And also it depends on the skin type of clients. The lasting of the services are very somewhere in between 10 months to 5 years. The drier skin, the better result, less maintenance. I would say that the clients who has dry to normal skin, I always see my clients every year or every other year. And for clients who has oily skin, definitely I should see them more often.
How does skincare help with maintaining the brows?
If the client has oily skin and there are like some products that can control the oil and the amount of producing oil underneath the skin, I would say that that's going to be super helpful, because when the skin is oily, it means that when we are implanting the pigments in the skin, there are some oils around. That oils makes the ink to move, right? So if they're using some products that can control the oil, that's going to be perfect. They're going to get a better result differently.
That's awesome too.
Yeah.
What's the difference between powder brows and microblading?
Microblading is just implanting the pigments in between the natural hair of the clients, and I'm drying that pigments like hair. It's a simulation of the hair in between the natural hair of the clients. And powder brows is kind of like powder shape of the brows on the skin. Depends on what type of skin client has. I'm gonna help them which service they should get from me. And also sometimes clients with oily skin, they're looking for getting microblading done, but microblading is not the right option for people who has oily skin. So that's why I always give them the second option which they have, which is powder brows, and they're gonna get a powder look of the brows.
I know for some people with alopecia, they're concerned if their hair starts to grow back, the microblading might affect the hair growth. I'm wondering what happens in that instance.
I understand. So, Joy, if the artist know about which layer she should implant the pigments on, it means that it doesn't affect the hair follicle at all, because the layer that we are working on implanting the pigments under the skin is the top layer of the hair follicle. So that's why my work doesn't affect the hair loss at all.
This was such an informative conversation. I learned so much about microblading, about permanent makeup, and how it can really help people with hair loss. If people want to learn more and get microblading done or learn more about permanent makeup, how can they book a consult or get in contact with you?
My pleasure, Joy. I think that we've answered lots of questions regarding microblading and also concerns of our followers. If you're interested to get a free consultation, virtual or in person, please visit my website and I'll be happy to help you.